A new study shows evidence that couples who have teenage daughters are more likely to divorce compared to those with teenage sons, and compared to people with younger children in general. Right now, you're probably thinking of your own family or the families that you know, and you're wondering if that jibes with your experience. But it's very important to remember in a case like this that your experience is practically meaningless. Sorry. I say that because this isn't the first study of its kind. There have been many studies that seek to learn whether the gender of children can affect their parents' relationships. Some studies find that girls are worse for marriages. Other studies find that there's actually no difference at all. This is one that supports the former, and it's pretty rigorous, I have to say, in that unlike previous studies, it uses existing data instead of relying upon self-reported surveys. Surveys can be useful, but they can also be prone to mistakes, as people misremember details and timelines that can be important. The data used in this study shows exactly when people got married, when they had their first kid, the gender of that kid, and if and when the couple then got divorced. You're probably thinking there's no way a parent could screw up when their kid was born. And if that is what you're thinking, then I have to say congratulations for having perfect parents. My mom once missed my birthday by an entire week and tried to make up for it by saying that she was just waiting for my birthday present to go on sale at Kohl's. Everything's always on sale at Kohl's, Mom. Jeez. Anyway, this study did find a difference in divorce rates between female children and male children, but it was pretty slight. Statistically significant, but slight. Cumulatively, it's a 1.8% increased chance, although it peaks at an 8.8% increased chance when the kids are about 15 years old. So then the question becomes, why? To answer that, I turned, of course, to the Reddit comments on the study posted in r/science, where Shasta McLurkey writes, "As a father of 2 daughters, I can relate my own personal feelings on the matter that wasn't brought up. Girls are sometimes just bitches." BoboBlah780, who mostly posts in video game subreddits, concurs. "I think that has something to do with it too. I just don't know how they would quantify different levels of bitch." Fascinating. This truly opens up a whole new field of study in the sciences, scientifically defining the word bitch and studying the effect of bitches upon the rest of the population. What other havoc have bitches wreaked under cover of just being teenage girls? Thankfully, the study actually does address the possible reasons why the data looks the way it looks, albeit in a slightly more rigorous manner that doesn't just decide millions of little girls are bitches. They found that the divorce rates for parents of teenage girls were vastly higher when the parents had different immigration statuses from one another, or when they had a large age gap between each other. This can be explained by the fact that some cultures and generations have much, much more restrictive ideas about girls compared to boys. Boys across cultures can generally just be boys, but there are huge differences between how people expect girls to behave, with more conservative people wanting to severely control the way girls dress, the friends they have, and the activities they do. When the parents can't agree on that, it leads to strife, and that can lead to divorce. The researchers also found that the higher divorce rate didn't apply to couples in which the father grew up with sisters. Could it be possible that men who grew up close to women have a better understanding that women are people and not mystical bitches who want to destroy your marriage? Could those fathers have benefited from learning how to form enriching relationships with young girls? Or could it be, as Smite1988 says on Reddit, they, and I quote, were preconditioned to the irrational crazy? I know I said at the start of this video that your anecdotes don't matter because it's a small effect and you're probably wrong, but after reading all these comments, I can't help but chime in with my own anecdote. It's not, though, to confirm or deny this paper. It's just to point something out to Redditors who are lurking our science. I grew up with 2 older brothers, and I saw them go through their teen years before me. Now, was I a total bitch to my parents when I was in high school? Probably, at times. Though, to be honest, I was mostly pretty boring and I got good grades and I wasn't super high on drama. But you know who else was a total bitch to my parents at times? My brothers. Oh God, the drama, the yelling and the fighting and the grounding. And if I hadn't been raised to see men as complete human beings with valid emotional states, I too may have ended up being like those Redditors, expressing sheer horror and confusion at the bitchiness of my teen brothers, while maintaining that my teen self was perfectly rational and easy to parent. If you have daughters, or if you have them one day and you happen to be like one of those Redditors, please, I hope you keep this in mind. Teenage girls are just people, not monsters.